Hi guys, this is Mr. Tranquilo and you are watching the Astute Tourist channel. Enjoy it.
I'm Nancy Saulnier of Lake Alfred, Florida, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hey, I'm Bill Merrill from Windham, New Hampshire, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
This is Scott Roby from Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen, aka Jen.Cohen. You're watching the Astute Tourist Channel here on YouTube.
Good morning, all you keepers of the faith, you defenders of freedom. It's Tuesday morning. It is June 27th. How is everybody doing? It's a very energetic Tuesday morning here. I want to give a big shout out right now to the Down Under Cruiser, Sean. It's the future for our future for him. It's nighttime. They're down under. How are you, Sean? It's good to see you. I hope things are well. Thank you for coming in. And welcome to everybody else for coming in. Like I said, it is Tuesday, June 27th. It is just after 6 a.m. here, Eastern Standard Time, 6:06 to be exact. Good morning, everybody. Let's jump right into it. And I want to say cheers to everybody. Good morning. Best sip of the day. I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's nothing like a good hot cup of coffee. So it's a very rainy, blustery, thundery, filled with lightning day. Last night we had storms, thunder and lightning, dogs and cats living together. It's Tuesday evening. What did I say? It was Wednesday. It is the future for you. You're in our future, Sean. So it is. It's sorry to disappoint. Well, I got the whole day ahead of me, and you're finishing up the day. So I hope you had a good day there, down under, my friend. I hope you and Alana are doing well. And good morning to everybody. Let's jump right into the chat and say good morning to all. John Gaylor, he's the first one in here. Good morning, John. I hope you're doing well. Hope the knee is healing up quickly and perfectly. Bone Tired Travelers Denise is here. Hope you're doing well I hope you're doing well as well, Denise. Did you work a shift last night, or are you working today? Spelled that wrong, didn't I? Who else is here? Scott from Lone Cross MTP is here. Good morning, Scott. Chillin' Charlie is in the house. Charlie, how are you? Haven't seen you in a few days, but good morning to you. Sharon Rowland is here. Good morning, Sharon. It's good to see you. Jen Cohen is here with us. Good morning, Jen. It's good to see you. And of course, Sean from the Down Under Cruisers is here. It's good to see you. Good evening to you, my friend. Let's see. Who have we missed? Did I miss anybody? Everybody is saying hi to everybody. Sean says, it is frickin' freezing down under. Well, you can have that, mate. You can have the cold. You know how I feel about that. It's been hot and humid. Finally, it's hot. humid. We've been getting a lot of precipitation. Shirley is here from Glitter World. Good morning, glitter bombs to Shirley. Thank you for coming in, my friend. It's good to see you. Denise passed Sean a blanket. Charlie says a big storm there yesterday. Yeah, we've had a couple big ones. I was out in it actually yesterday afternoon. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But it did nothing but pour all night. Pops Magnet Fishing is here. Hey, Pops, thanks for coming in. Pops and I are recently have been acquainted. It's good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Charlie says, uprooted a tree on the side of my house yesterday. Took out neighbor's fence, my fence, and power lines. Damn. I hope all is well there, my friend. I hope you guys are safe. Did you get your power back? Let's see. Sean says, Denise, the blanket is greatly appreciated. Let's see. Everybody is just saying hi. Denise says she's off today. Go back tomorrow night. Sharon says, Jimmy, it was hot here yesterday. Yeah, it's been hot most of the country. Good morning to Paul S. Vines is here from PSV Odyssey. Good morning, my friend. Thank you for coming in. I would drop you the link. I don't know if I can get it to work, Sean. I would love to have you come up. So I'm using Streamlabs, and we had a hard time with it last time. Let's see. We'll give it a try. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I had a hard time figuring this out last time, so we can give it a shot, though. You never know. It may work this time, but I have a feeling I'm doing something wrong, which is no surprise. So there's the link, Sean. You can try that. I'll be hanging out in the tree here for a minute. I'm not even sure how to tell whether you're up in the green room or not, but we'll figure that out. Back to the chat. Gonna be a hot one today. Denise says all week we're under a heat advisory. Yeah, it's been hot here in the USA, especially down south. They've been having record temperatures, and guys have been getting hit down there with tornadoes and you name it. Yeah, so I'm not even sure how to figure whether somebody's in the green room or not. Everybody's saying good day. We had a terrible storm last night. I turned off the radio when I went to bed. I didn't want to hear the dispatch all night long. All right, it says a guest has joined me. Hey.
I can see me, but I can't see you.
All right. Can you see me now?
No, you're secret.
Haha. Can you see me now?
No, you're a secret.
Oh, boy. Of course, this is how it's always with me. Stand by, Sean. Let's see if we can get this to work.
I'm standing.
Let's see. Everything says it's working there. How's things going?
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm off to Adelaide tomorrow for another couple of sessions of training. So I'm going to fit 6 days into 4.
Fitting 6 days into 4. That's a lot of work.
It is.
Only visible on the stream. And you still can't see me. Can you folks see and hear Sean?
It's telling me something's hidden.
I think we can I see and hear both of you, Pop says. And you can't see me, Sean.
Nope.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Assign to source.
Actually, if I look at you on the live stream on your chat, I can see you. But
How about
hang on a
now?
second. There we go.
All right.
I just can't see the chat, but that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how to have you be able to see the chat. I can't even put the chat up on the screen. You know how in StreamYard we can.
Yeah, don't use Streamlabs.
Streamlabs is. I switched from StreamYard to Streamlabs because the quality of the picture for some reason was terrible, and I went to great lengths to get the bandwidth correct, and I've had the cable company come in, and we worked on a lot and got it working. But still, StreamYard's the picture was awful. It was very pixelated. It would freeze.
I use EVMux.
What is it?
EVMux. EVMUX.
EVMux. I'll have to look at that. But I switched over to this. I've been using this one. It's not very intuitive. I like it, but there seems to be a lot to learn. Obviously, trying to get people in the, as a guest to come up on the live stream has been a little bit crazy. I tried to get Jen Cohen up the other morning, and for some reason it just wouldn't come up. But I've had Kenny in, and now I was able to get you up here. So good to see you, my friend. Good evening.
Good to see you. It's been ages since we've had a chat, at least a week.
Right. Things are well with you and your wife?
Yeah, we're all well. Just getting organized up because I'm doing training Thursday, Friday, and Monday, Tuesday. Ilana's actually going to come up on Friday evening and spend the weekend and the 2 days with me in Adelaide, and then Wednesday we fly back together back to Melbourne. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, and almost like maybe a little vacation for you, although you're working.
Tax deduction.
Yes, tax deduction. Well, you're working and you're talking about work, so
yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. I see Jen has put up the Helping Hands for Cruising link, so let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into a little business, and if you would tell us about a little bit about Helping Hands for Cruising, then let us know about the up and coming Cruiseathon, if you wouldn't mind.
Awesome. So Helping Hands for Cruising is a charity that I set up. Reason being, we wanted young Kenny to come on a cruise with us. And for those that don't know, Kenneth Oakes, a.k.a. Fordman, or is it Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes? I never know which. Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes. At any rate, we wanted him to come on board the cruise with us. And we said, Kenny, you want to come with us? He goes, yeah, sure. So we gave him the details for the then TA. That was Cindy Spiker. And Kenny went, no, I don't. I can afford this. So I thought, well, Kenny's not the only one. There are a bucket load of people in Kenny's position. By that, I mean, never had the opportunity to actually go on a cruise, never seen the ocean, never seen a beach, has been landlocked all his life. In fact, we figured that it would be a much better opportunity even if we gave the carers of somebody who was in a disabled position as well the opportunity to come on board a cruise. So what we're doing is we've set up the charity to fund people going on a cruise that have never, ever gone on a cruise in their life for one reason or another, whether it be a disability or they're acting as a carer or financially they've been downtrodden all their lives, and give them an opportunity to come on board a cruise. So currently what we've had is we've had 3 recipients on 2 cruises. going. So we've had Kenneth Oakes, we've had James and Cindy Catanese, and we've had Scott and Amber Hicks, who have all been recipients of the Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise opportunity. So it's based on us. We don't get any grants from anybody. It's all it is donations. So we appreciate any donation. In fact, I got a donation today that I'm really the most grateful for. It was 50 US cents. I am incredibly grateful for that, because that means that we are 50 cents less requiring to get somebody else on a cruise. So what we are looking at is July the 6th to the 9th. We're currently looking at holding a cruise-a-thon. We need people to not only donate, but we're also looking for people who want to participate as hosts and host an hour. And in that hour, accumulate as many funds as you can. We're aiming to get $10,000 for that cruise-a-thon. If we can put $10,000 together, that means that we can actually get 3 couples on board a cruise ship. So that's what we're looking at.
That's a good goal. It's, I think,
Yep.
a very attainable goal.
Yeah.
July 6th through the 9th is going to be Thursday through Sunday.
Correct.
And how, if they want to participate, how do they get a hold of somebody, or how do they do that?
Get in touch with Crystal at destinationdelights96@gmail.com, or Meg. I never remember Meg's. If Meg's in the chat, I'd be happy if she put up her link, but I never remember her email address, unfortunately. But it's either, excuse me, Meg or even Paul, if you wouldn't mind. Just put in Meg's email address. That would be greatly appreciated. And
Did we lose the chat? I don't see any activity happening.
I don't know.
Are you folks there? Did we lose you? I mean, I have us up live on YouTube. I just don't see anything happening. Maybe this is crazy, this Streamlabs. I may have to switch back. Go to Nvox. Oh, nope, Charlie's there. I just saw it. So, okay. So if anybody has Miss Meg's link, maybe you can put hers up as well.
Yep.
And it's Destination Delights 80.
Destination Delight 96 at
96.
gmail.com. That's Crystal.
Okay, Denise, thank you. Yep, they're there. I just didn't see a lot happening. So usually they're talking while we're talking, but
Yeah, but I think they're really listening to you. So.
well, you're doing all the talking, my friend. So.
Oh, am I? Oh, okay.
So,
But, yeah.
All right. So don't forget, we talk about this just about every day here on our Cup of Joe Live. It's definitely a worthwhile cause. It's a good cause. All you have to do is talk to people like Kenny and James and Scott and Amber, and just the look on their faces when they talk about it is amazing. So you know that these folks are doing a good thing, and they're providing an opportunity for people that may have never even thought about taking a vacation like that.
All you got to do is talk to anybody who's been on any of the cruises where there's a helping hands. For example, on our inaugural cruise in October, I mean, there were 30 people on board that cruise that were, aside from the recipients, and every single one of us came away with a new look on life.
I've watched several of the videos. Call Me V. She had Kenny, and she was feeding him avocados and all kinds of stuff. And just the look on Kenny's face to see him when they brought him up on deck and dancing and partying and all of that. It was great. I wish I could have been there.
Let me tell you, Kenny was the catch of the cruise. I mean, we even had, there were supposedly 200 drag queens there. They couldn't wait to get around Kenny and get in his photo. Seriously, it was there to be seen.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm sorry I missed it. How about you? What do you got coming up? You got any other than work tax deductions? Do you have
Yep.
any vacation or holidays
Yeah.
coming
Oh,
up?
yeah. Yeah. We've got a really good vacation coming up. Jimmy, I don't know if you know about it. It's it's
I don't know. I probably don't know about it. Go ahead. Tell us.
it's January the 2nd, 2025. I don't know if you know anything about it,
This is all news to me.
but we're having a helping hands for cruising group cruise, a down under cruises group cruise, going out of Sydney. Now, no, wait a minute. What's so significant about the date? It is summer down under in January, and we will be having people come in just before December 31st, coming in, having a look at the fireworks, bringing in the new year in Sydney at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, watching the coat hanger go up in flames, controlled flames, and then recovering the next day. So January 1, recovering in Sydney, January 2 on the Celebrity Edge, sailing out of Sydney. Okay, so picture this. Here's the ship in port right next to the passenger terminal. On the right-hand side, you've got the rocks in front, and behind it, the Sydney Bridge, the Harbour Bridge. On your left-hand side, port side, you have got the Sydney Opera House. The ship pulls away from the that thing where it hooks up to, the pier. It pulls away, it reverses. The tail end is sitting underneath Sydney Harbour Bridge, and then it just sails forward out towards Sydney Heads and off into the South Pacific,
That sounds
going to places
fantastic.
like Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Fiji. Now, what's exciting about Fiji is when we get into Suva, Ilana is planning a special excursion. That special excursion is because Ilana lived in Fiji for a number of years. She lived in Suva. So we're going to go and look at all the sites that Ilana reckons we should go and see.
Wow. She
That's
lived
going
there,
to be.
huh? That's fantastic.
Have you ever heard of Kava?
I have not.
So Kava is the alcoholic drink of the indigenous people there, right? So we'll be going to a Kava ceremony. Can you
That's-
imagine?
I can. It sounds intoxicating.
Well, you got to come along, mate.
Yeah, so we're laughing together about this. If you folks in the chat don't know, Sean's been trying to convince Colleen and I to go. It's tough because of my commitments at work. I've actually already talked to the boss about it. And for us to have to travel there, go on the cruise, and come back, it'd be between 18 and 20 days for us. And there's no way he would let me leave work in the present position that I'm in, being in a command position. He actually told me he was sorry. He wished he could let me go that long.
So I told Jimmy, and Jimmy has refused point blank to let me talk to his boss.
That would be something to hear at least. At least.
Well, you could have turned it into a tax deduction. You know that. You come
Right.
across to Sydney to learn from the Sydney firefighters how they do their stuff.
You know, maybe we could parlay that into a training opportunity. I mean, you are an EMS trainer, and but anyway, all kidding aside, this sounds like it's going to be a great trip. It's December 31st of 24, leading right into New Year's Day. It sounds wonderful. It sounds like a really good time. It's definitely a bucket list for me, is to travel down under and go to the South Pacific. The problem with me going there is I probably wouldn't want to leave.
Mate, we've got a room.
I told Colleen that. She said, "When do we leave?" So
Well,
she's all for it.
Yeah,
But
and see. So the problem is not Colleen.
no, the problem is definitely with me, which is
Yep.
typical.
Hey,
I'm a very committed fire chief. I can't help it. I know.
seriously.
What else is happening in your world? Anything good? Anything
We've
bad?
got a couple of new courses on. You might be interested. One of them is working at heights, and the other one is working in confined spaces.
Oh wow. Yeah, so we do those as well. In fact, a group of my subordinates, they actually did a below grade confined space rescue, with breathing apparatus and the like, working in non-attainable atmospheres, things of that nature. Good morning, Cheryl from Cruising is Fun Anytime. It's good to see you.
Hey,
Thanks
Cheryl,
for
how are
being-
you going?
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage because you can't see the chat.
No.
I'm going to write down that it's ENVUX.
E for Echo, V for Victor, M for Mike, U for Uniform, X for X-ray.
I'm going to look into it. Although I do like Stream Labs, it's definitely not intuitive at all. There's a lot of learning, and there's some things that you just can't do with it, or I haven't figured out how to do with it yet. So, it's cold there. You're probably in what we would call fall, I guess, or no?
Yeah,
let's
we're
see,
in
it's
double
June.
digits. No,
So
we're
you're
going in.
into
It'll
winter.
be, yep, in the next, what's it, the 27th? In 3 days' time, we go into winter, July the 1st.
Now
So-
you don't get snow where you live, do you?
I know, well, what's that?
Right. Okay. I know that I was chatting with Jonesy from
Tasmania.
yeah, he's in Tasmania, and he said there was some snow in the higher elevations.
Yeah, they
there.
get dustings there.
Yeah, you
Tassie's
can keep
awesome.
that.
No, well, we don't get snow down here. We do get snow up in the mountains, but then the mountains and I have an understanding that I won't burn rubber there and it won't see me, so that's fine.
Fantastic. Do they ski there?
Yep,
They do. Yeah.
yep. But New Zealand is more known for the skiing.
Right. I've heard that New Zealand, you can swim in the ocean and ski all on the same day.
Yes, that is true.
Sounds pretty nice to me. Although I haven't skied in years, and honestly, I break easily and heal slowly, so skiing and I
Mate.
probably don't.
Makes two of us.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It sounds like a good part of the world. Colleen and I was I guess whining the other day. I wish I could retire soon, because I do want to see the world. I just want to travel and see everything that I can. Good morning, Chet from Sea Lake Journeys. How are you?
Hey, Chet, how you going, buddy?
Good to see you, my friend.
Hope you enjoyed your cruise.
Yeah, I hope you and Robert are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's I think like a lot of us that are in this genre of YouTube, we just want to travel and see things. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's so much in this country here in the United States to see. I have seen a good portion of it, but there's definitely more. But I need to branch out and go and get outside of the Atlantic Ocean and maybe.
But this is the challenge, because you've got so much cruising going out of, say, Miami or anywhere in Florida. You got so much cruising going down there, and all it does is go down to South Caribbean or to the Caribbean at any rate,
Right.
and some going up to Alaska from the other coast. But in Australia, all our cruises, the average cruise is a 12 to 14 day cruise. We very seldom get 1 or 2 day, 2 or 3 day cruises going on. It's not a common occurrence.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. I mean, a lot of like you said, the cruises out of Florida. There's even some that go out of New York. There's a few
Yep.
that go out of Boston. Those will go to like Bermuda. Some
Yep.
of them will travel north and go up to Canada, and they're 4 days. I mean, our booze cruise is 7, which
Yep.
is a pretty lengthy one in terms of the ones that we have here.
See, we would class the 7 days a short cruise.
Right. I just had a friend of mine. They traveled to Spain and they got on a ship there and they cruised the whole Mediterranean. I think
Yeah,
that was
that's
14
awesome.
days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
So the
something.
average Aussie leaves Australian shores to go and do the Med or the Caribbean or Alaska or any of those. Although a lot try and do repositioning cruises. Now those are awesome, especially when you go on something like the Carnival Luminosa, I believe, is going out of Hawaii, going down through French Polynesia and down towards Sydney.
Wow.
That way, going past Fiji and so forth. I mean, 22 days at sea.
Right.
Yeah, that was Bill Warmstrong going back the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. He just did that. Last year,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he left Brisbane. He left Brisbane and headed up north towards Seattle, and then did the back to back to Alaska.
Fantastic.
No, it's incredible.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I never know when I'll be able to have the means to do that, but that's something that we definitely aspire to do, is go on some of these lengthy cruises.
I just gave you a suggestion in terms
Yes, you
of getting
did.
your boss.
You never
right,
know.
and-
You may you may get a phone number to your phone. You'll be like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah,
And then
and
it'll
he'll go-
dawn on you.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
then,
boss.
and then he'll ring, and then I'll speak to him, and he'll go, "Now, what are you trying to do here?" And I'm saying, "I'm trying to get you a tax deduction.
Right.
Get him down here. Let him learn about Australian firefighting and EMS."
Right? We don't have the Outback here.
Correct.
I mean, we have something similar, but it's definitely not the Outback. No kangaroos.
Correct. Does he know how to treat a kangaroo bite?
Oh no, I don't believe so.
So just
yeah,
don't
we
go to the zoo then.
Yeah, kangaroos. I think the zoo is the only place where we'd encounter one in this country.
I had to miss a few the other day when I was driving.
Oh, they get right out in the road.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. We have that problem with. I know in Florida when we were down there, alligators and panthers.
I wondered what those speed humps were.
Right. Here in the Northeast, it's gray squirrels, an occasional turkey. Although we have deer and moose here that can be deadly. We have several deer get hit, especially on the interstate. We have about 6-7 miles of interstate that run through the town I work in, and yeah, occasionally we'll go for a deer that got hit, and they can do some damage, including injure the drivers or the
I mean,
occupants of the
kangaroos can
vehicle.
do the same.
Yeah, I bet they're big. I mean, what do they average? A couple 100 pounds?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And
North of-
they'll stand pretty close to 6 foot.
Wow, that's like the moose here. I mean, they're 8-9 feet tall, and they'll weigh upwards. The males will weigh over 1,000 pounds. They're huge. It's like hitting an elephant, I would imagine, or a horse, more like a horse, I guess. But people do get killed on the road here in New Hampshire, up north. Once or twice a year from the moose. Usually at night, they'll come out. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, yesterday we had a good crash on the highway. I was getting ready to leave work. We've been having torrential downpours. I mean, crazy. You couldn't see. I was driving to get up on the interstate to go to this accident. and the ponding on the road was crazy. I thought I was going to
Plane.
yes, thank you. And you couldn't see. And I guess this is what happened to it's a young couple in a vehicle. They ended up hitting the guardrail, and they rolled the car several times, ejected the passenger, and we're out there in this downpour trying to work on these poor souls that ended up crashing on the highway. So
They survive?
they did, yes. Yep,
Thank
they
God
both
for
did
that.
survive. The driver ended up getting cut up pretty bad. The young lady that was ejected, from what I understand, she's going to be okay. So,
Let me guess,
more.
she wasn't wearing a seatbelt, right?
So yeah, so what happened was apparently she had just taken the seatbelt off, and she turned around and was reaching over her backrest to grab something in the back seat. And that's, of course, when the accident happened, or the crash happened. And I don't know if they planed. I'm guessing that's what happened, was they planed, and then they ended up contacting the guardrail, and then rolled the vehicle several times. I mean, it was pretty wrecked. When you pull up on these things and you expect the worst. And
And you get pleasantly surprised.
absolutely. So it was. It's always good when we can talk to them, and then we hear the end result is a good one. It's strange that some wrecks will pull up on like that. Then we'll pull up on others where there's not a lot of damage and somebody has been killed. It's amazing the types of the types of injuries that happen, and it doesn't. The first appearance doesn't necessarily prove to be what the end result will be. So, Good morning. My mother's here. Nancy is
Hi, Mom.
in there. It's 97 here yesterday, is what she said. She lives in Central Florida.
So I won't tell you what it is here. 10 degrees C,
Oof.
78% humidity.
Yikes. You can keep that.
Thank you.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay here. Let's see. I'll tell you what the temperature is here right now. It is 65 degrees Fahrenheit with 50% chance of thunder showers. So we've had one of the rainiest Junes in a long time. I can't remember one this rainy. Lots of rain, lots of water.
So how's your backstroke?
All right. I thought I was going to have to swim on the highway yesterday. My gosh, did the rain come down. And I'm wearing my helmet, and the water is running off the back of my helmet and then just down my back.
Oh,
It was just, my back was more wet than my front. It was, after a while you don't feel it, but it's that initial shock.
don't you have those yellows raincoats?
We do. I put on, so we have what they call DOT green, that kind of, almost the green of the, that green screen that's off your right shoulder.
Yep.
It's kind of like that. I didn't wear what we call our turnout gear. I didn't wear that just because I'm a commander, so it was hot and I didn't need to put on all that bulky equipment, but my guys did. And that'll keep you a lot drier. I mean, you're wet outside, but it keeps you drier on the inside. But no, I just put my rain jacket on, and I was dry. My front was dry, but the back of my helmet has this. The brim is a lot wider on the rear of the helmet than on the front, and that just was like an overhang, and the water was just going down my back. But like I said, you're so involved mentally in what's going on, and I have to think 3 things ahead to make sure that we mitigate everything correctly and quickly. Where I forgot about being wet until I was done. It wasn't until I got back into my car and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to change. But yeah, John says slime green. So John Gaylor, he knows he's retired from the fire department, so he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, my DOT compliant raincoat, Department of Transportation, DOT.
I got it. Yeah, well, we don't. Our emergency services. Okay, so the fire department is generally run by the state, and they have. So there's two areas. We've got the Country Fire Authority, CFA, which is the volunteer group, and then we have the Metropolitan Fire Brigades, which belong to each city. Now, so Melbourne has a Metro Fire Brigade, but the outer towns like, say, Frankston, which is a city of about 30 kilometres out of the centre of Melbourne, they would be under the jurisdiction of the CFA, the Country Fire Authority.
Got you.
But they all are part of the same union. So, and essentially CFA was a volunteer organisation, but then they started employing permanent staff, especially for the bigger town centres like the Frankstons, like the Bendigos and all that sort of stuff. But when you got further out into more rural, then they stayed volunteer. So it's an interesting setup, and basically it's run state by state.
It's similar here in this country. Most of the fire departments are municipal, so they're run by each town. When we get south of where I am, so if you can picture the map of the United States, I'm in just about as far northeast as you can get, almost. But south of here, when we get down the East Coast and towards like Pennsylvania and Virginia, they have county fire departments. So they encompass several towns. A lot of those are volunteer. We have what's called on-call. So they're like paid volunteers. So they work a regular job. They carry a pager with them, or they get alerted through their phone, and they respond when they can. And the incidents that they do respond to, they do get paid for it. That's what we call on-call. That's how I started 40 years ago in this business. Was I lived in a little town with maybe about 8,000 residents, and that's how I started, and I stepped into it and really enjoyed it. So, you work your way up into, getting on a full time, what they call full time, and that's where you work shifts and that. But
you've made it. You
I've
get to
made
work
it, yeah.
24 hours a day for no pay.
Right, for little pay and lots of work.
Correct.
But, most of us that do this job, clearly we don't do it for the pay. It would be nice. Denise from Bone Tired Travelers, she's an RN, a nurse. She knows exactly what we're talking about. Same with John Gaylor. We're all brothers and sisters of kind of the same EMS system. We work a lot of hours, ask for nothing, and get paid. At this point in my career, I get paid okay. I'm not complaining one bit, but it's taking me 40 years to be able to do that. So,
but
and
the other thing is,
I work Monday through Friday now too. So
yeah. But the other thing is, you bust your nut to do whatever for those people, and a small amount come back to you afterwards. They look you up and they go, "Thank you, mate. You saved my life."
right, and
And
that. John.
that makes it worth everything.
It sure does. I mean, there's a couple reasons why I found out once I started to do this that made me want to do it more. It's those folks that come back and they say, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I was in this car crash, a month ago, and you saved my baby's life or whatever it was. The other thing is when we pull up on an incident, like a house fire or something like that, and you see the homeowner standing there with this look of dread and helplessness in their face.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you like you're supermen, superwomen. You've arrived. Please help me.
Yeah.
And that just makes you want to do it more because, we want to. I always tell my subordinates, we're in the helping business, whether you think we are or not. We're here to help people, and everything else is side stuff. And even if you can just talk to somebody, you're helping them.
Correct. Let me tell you, there have been 3 times in my entire career, just 3, where I've had somebody ring me up and go, Sean, I just wanted to let you know, I wanted to say thank you. Well, what for? Well, the other day, when I got home, I found my significant other in the swimming pool, and I pulled them out and I saved their life. Thank you. And that's like, man,
right?
That's just like the biggest buzz because you just taught somebody else how to save a life.
You gave them the tools to be able to do something like
Correct.
that, which is like superpower.
Correct.
It's amazing. I just want to real quick say good morning to Kesha. How are you? Good
Great,
morning.
Kesha.
It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I hope I didn't. God bless you. I
Thank
didn't
you.
miss anybody. Everybody's still with us. So it is 50 minutes past the hour of 6 a.m. EST. Sharon says, hey, Jimmy, the other guy that's been trying to break into everyone's house around here, he finally got caught last night. Right on.
Good.
We don't like bad people. No, we like good people. But yes, that's a good feeling, right? When they come to you and they say, hey, it's because of you, or something that you taught me.
Yeah.
I was able to, like you said, pull my significant other out of the pool and give the breath of life back.
Yeah.
Usually we get people that they like to thank us with food. I just wanted to say you helped my geriatric father the other day, who had fallen, and here's
a pie.
Here's a couple of pies or some cupcakes or a couple cheese pizzas, which honestly, I mean, especially for the guys and gals that I work with, I mean, they're doing the shift work, so they do appreciate it. Because they live there, so they have to eat there as well. So it makes it nice. But I mean, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. We don't ask for any thanks or anything like that. We just do this because that's what we want to do. We are a helping business.
That's it.
And if we can,
and the thank you is just a bonus.
Yes, exactly. Scott says nothing satisfying than the gratitude of someone whose life you saved. And Scott, Lone Cross MTP, he is somewhat in the first responder business, and he actually helped 2 people that OD'd last week.
Oh wow!
With Narcan and brought them back.
Were they grateful?
That's a good question, Scott. Were they grateful? Have you talked to them since? My experience with people who OD, and you do get them back, they either deny anything has happened, and they don't really thank you. Not that you're looking for anything.
No.
They're either pissed off because you ruined their buzz.
Yep.
Or they deny that they do the drugs, and
more often than not,
no, wasn't me. Well, geez,
Yeah,
I
more
just,
often than not, we get them aggro because we destroyed their hit.
right, exactly the same thing for us. So that's usually what we experience is those two
Mhm.
things. But you know what? Those people, they get more. Well, they got some problems to deal with. Thank God we're able to get folks like that back. Sometimes you don't,
Yeah,
and it's a sad story.
yeah, absolutely.
But I know that Scott, he was telling us the other day that was something that happened, and he was able to be part of a happy ending, I guess, because
And that's awesome.
give somebody a second chance.
Yeah, and if not, and if they're not appreciative of it, at least their family is.
Right. John Gaylor says, I've been out on a storm calls. I've had a few cups of coffee brought to me that have been like a lifeline. And that's exactly right. For me, and I can definitely stand up with you, John, is when you're out there and you're working hours in the rain or especially in the wintertime and it's cold, somebody brings you a cup of hot coffee. That is like
Absolutely.
It might as well be $1 million because it's the
Correct.
greatest thing. It
Correct.
really is the greatest thing. Let's see. Scott says, I'm still. All right, Chet. Sea Lake Journeys. Chet is heading out. Thank you. Have a great
See
day.
you, Chet. Nice to talk to you.
Say hi to Robin for us. Scott
Please.
says, well, they are active drug users and get aggravated for using Narcan on them, right? What they don't understand is they weren't breathing. That's
Correct.
the thing. You were
Correct.
what we call circling the drain, my friend.
Correct.
And if I didn't ruin your buzz, you'd
You'd
be
have been dead.
Correct.
Mhm.
So, but they don't understand that. They probably took them all day to scrape up the $10 or $20 to get the hit of heroin. I mean, because Narcan, that's what it's for, is opiates. But yeah, that's usually it. They're aggravated because you've ruined their high.
And our biggest drug issue right now is ice.
Oh yeah, we have that here, but it's not as prevalent as other parts of the world. But that's nasty.
Oh, they get so aggressive. It's not nice.
Yeah, that's it almost reminds me of like PCP back in the day, where it just changes them. But that ice is like the zombie drug, man. It's just crazy. Crazy stuff. I don't understand it. I like a little caffeine. Sip of scotch once in a while. That's good enough for me.
You see that mark over there?
Yes.
That's where I have my caffeine intravenously fed.
What is that?
I get my IV of coffee.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, yeah. You're like me.
Yeah.
I love coffee. It's nothing better. The only better drug for me is adrenaline.
Yes.
Some people will say, "How can you run into a burning building?" or "How can you do what you do?" And I said, "Well, some people jump out of airplanes. I run into a burning building. It's the high's not any different.
No.
Riding a roller coaster, right? That's exciting. The adrenaline gets going.
But let's put things into perspective here. Somebody who jumps out of a plane, what do they get? All they get is a bit of quiet, and then suddenly this jerk, and then they land on the ground, right?
Right.
When we run into burning buildings, what do we get? We get the possibility of finding somebody and bringing them back to life.
Absolutely.
Now that's the huge buzz.
Yeah, it really is. Again, we're helpers. We're in the helping business. It's what we do.
Correct.
Scott from Lone Cross MTP says, people are mixing fentanyl with other drugs here. Yeah, they do that. So fentanyl, obviously, an opiate, which is a nasty synthetic opiate. and they're mixing everything with it. I just don't get it, but it's so addictive that these folks just have to continually chase the tail of the dog, I guess, to live.
I don't get it.
It's got to be a hell of an existence.
I cannot understand why people would get into that stuff.
So are you going live tomorrow evening?
No, not this week,
Okay.
because I'll be on an aircraft on my way to Adelaide.
Oh, right. Okay. And tomorrow night, I won't be doing Hump Day Cocktail Hour because if the rain holds out, I'll be mitigating the Independence Day fireworks a few days early in the town that I'm at. So we'll be up tomorrow
Take my time
morning. We'll
slot.
have Cup of Joe tomorrow morning.
Take my time slot.
Yeah, I'll be up in the morning, so it'll definitely be your time slot where you're flying. We're just about 2 minutes out from the hour, so I need to get rolling here. But Sean, if you want to stick around while I do my ending, I
Sure.
appreciate you for coming in. I finally got the collab cam to work, and I appreciate that. It's good to see you.
It's nice to see you. It's nice to have a chat.
Yeah. Guys, don't forget, I want to thank everybody for coming in today, as always. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA definitely will save your day. Positive energy pushes out all that negative energy. And when I tell you that, I'm living proof that it works. Just believe me, because it's definitely saved my life. Let's take our hats off and give a salute to all the men and women of our first responders here in the United States and around the world. Just like we've been talking about, they do it selflessly. They ask for nothing, and they're there to help. So 24/7 they're doing it. Also, the men and women of our armed forces around the world, they are definitely standing on that proverbial wall, protecting our freedoms and our liberties. And I want to salute my flag, the red, white, and blue Old Glory, and whatever country of origin you're at, you need to salute your flag and respect that, because it's definitely worth more than the cloth it's printed on. More people have given their lives to protect that than not. So it's very important. And with our Independence Day coming up, it means so much more to me. I want to thank Sean for coming in from Down Under Cruisers. Don't forget to check out helpinghandsforcruising.org. And the Cruisathon July 6th through the 9th is coming up. So go over to see Crystal or Meg, and you guys can get information on how to sign up and do your live. I definitely haven't done mine yet, so I need to get a hold of them and get my time slots in. So I guess that's going to do it. It's going to do it for me, and it's going to do it for Sean.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. It's always good. Thank you for coming up. Everybody, I want to wish you peace and love from deep down in my heart. That's Sean from Down Under Cruisers, and I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist. We'll see you guys later. G'day, mate.